NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, and anything else that has 2 or 4 wheels and races. That's Burning Rubber Radio right here on the Tan Talk Network. Burning Rubber's brought to you locally by BigStormBrewery.com.
Burning Rubber Radio, Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
The Rays have won the American League pennant. Tampa Bay Lightning win their second straight Stanley Cup.
When the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady.
I don't know why we ever think it won't. It's time for the home team. The home team is brought to you in part by Grace Family Church. Just try it. By Tampa Bay area Chick-fil-A restaurants. By Vermost Insurance. By Mahoney's Auto Repair. By the Palm Pavilion on Clearwater Beach. By Irish 31, the place to catch your favorite team in action. By Iceman Development, LLC. And now, here he is, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Paul Porter.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the home team. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday as we take a look at a busy, busy weekend. So much going on in the world of sports and so much going on here locally. Jason Alessi is with us. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Paul.
Glad to have you with us, and we expect we're going to hear from John Bychek today as well. He's going to be calling in, and he's also going to be here when you are not here on September the 30th.
That's right.
We look forward to that as well. Lots to get to today. The Tampa Bay Rays now in a virtual tie for first place with the Baltimore Orioles, still percentage points behind because they are behind in the loss column. But Baltimore has 2 games in hand, and when they play those 2 games, should they not win them both, the Rays would be in first place.
Very impressive performances the first 2 games. I mean, the Rays really, it's hard to believe, but they set themselves up to potentially sweep the Orioles this series. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, they've won the first 2, and even if they could take 3 out of 4, the Rays would come out of this in sole possession of first place. Unbelievable what this team continues to do. You know, the Rays, they went through a rough patch. They weren't playing great baseball. You figure all the injuries they've had to the pitching staff. Now add recently Jose Siri getting injured and being out, which is very unfortunate. But the bullpen has really, really stepped up. And obviously that's what the Rays are going to need to make a deep run into the playoffs, when they're down several starting pitchers. But I think from what we've seen, they're very capable.
One small correction, far be it for me to correct the great mind of Jason Alessi, but if they win 3 out of 4, meaning they split the next 2, they would still be tied for first place. If they win the next 2, then they'd be in sole possession.
Because I thought that they were tied right now, basically. Because
And if they win one and lose one, they'll be right where they are now.
I guess so. That's true. Yeah,
they'll be tied.
Yeah, you're right.
But if they can get a win tonight and then win again tomorrow afternoon, they would be in sole possession of first place.
And I think that the Rays, regardless of whether they win the division or not, I think they're going to have a great chance. Now, you always want to win the division because if you don't, that makes it a little risky with the wild card situation. It's just a 2 out of 3. Which anything can happen. But at least it's not a one and done like it was, when they've changed the playoff format and added some teams.
And the top team gets to host the games.
Absolutely.
Too,
the Rays are so far ahead in terms of the wild card standings that they would be the top team, barring a major collapse. So they would host it. So regardless of the situation, I like the way they're playing now. And that's the ultimate key. Just play well going into the playoffs, and hopefully that momentum carries over.
I believe their magic number to clinch a playoff spot is 2, like any combination of 2 Rays wins or Blue Jay losses, and they would clinch a playoff spot.
Which, I believe that's their 5th straight playoff appearance. I mean, that's, you go back to 2008 season, their very first playoff season and a World Series year. They've been one of the best teams in baseball in terms of winning percentage and making the playoffs and success. And they've done it without a huge budget, with constant changing of players, and it's unbelievable, really.
Want to say hello to Donald, our good friend, Fisherman Donald, who's watching us on Facebook Live. Glad to have you with us, Donald, and all of you that are watching on Facebook Live. We appreciate each and every one of you. We do have a contest this week, picking the score, the Bucks and the Chicago Bears tomorrow afternoon, a 1 o'clock kickoff. The Bucks have a lot more 1 o'clock kickoffs this year because they don't have Tom Brady. Let's be true and honest and fair. That's why they have all the 1 o'clock kickoffs. But with the temperatures tomorrow in the low 90s, I think that might work to the Bucks' favor. They will likely be wearing their white jerseys. Bucks will make the Bears wear their dark blue that attracts heat in that 90-some degree temperature.
Yeah, that's the norm. Usually the Bucks will not start wearing the red jerseys until later in the season.
Or night games.
Or night games, yeah. But they'll wear, and sometimes they might wear the white jerseys throughout the season. But man, a great start for them. That was an exciting game.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to join us, our phone number is 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. You can enter the contest that way as well by dialing us up, or you can enter the contest on Facebook Live. And again, we have a $100 prize pack going out to the winner of the contest. Last week's winner was Bobby Maggie, one of our guests on the program. Yeah. He had the closest to the score. So congratulations to Bobby, and look for you to enter the contest today. The Buccaneers have a chance to go to 2-0 tomorrow if they can get a win over the Chicago Bears. Good performance last week. They got the job done against Minnesota on the road. Tough to go into another team's field on opening day and come away with a road win, but the Bucks did just that.
Well, let's tell you, not just that, but a team that was a playoff team last year. Now, I know Minnesota, they then lost to Philadelphia on Thursday Night Football. They're 0-2. We don't know how they're going to do overall this year, but the fact is they were a playoff team last year. They won 13 games, and that's a tough place to play. That stadium gets very, very loud. Mm-hmm. What really impressed me with the Bucks in that game is the statistics overall, for various players weren't real flashy. They didn't run the ball that well. I mean, Mayfield's numbers were okay. He kind of struggled, and the offense struggled through much of the first half. But they made the critical plays at the critical times of the game. In a close game like that, there's basically a handful of plays that make the difference between a team winning or losing. The Bucks made all the plays between getting turnovers, between getting defensive stops, converting third down and fourth down plays at the end to run out the clock. Our field goal kicker, Chase McLaughlin, hitting a 57-yard field goal to put them ahead. All of the key plays the Bucks made, and that's a sign of a good team. Now, it's one game, but that you hope this could be a tone setter for the season.
I think the Bucks have a tremendous weapon in their special teams, particularly the kicking game. I think they've got a very good punter in Karmada, and I think they've got a good place kicker in McLaughlin.
Yeah.
So that can be a very big weapon when you get a 57-yard field goal. Baker Mayfield knows, okay, I've only got to get him to maybe the 35-yard line, and we got a good chance coming away with points.
You see Baker Mayfield. Of course, granted, he's working with new players. This is his first year here, first-year offensive coordinator in Dade Canales. They're working out the kinks still. The first half, for much of it, was really sloppy offense. It did not look good. But finally, that final possession just before the half, Mayfield started completing some passes. They kind of went into a hurry-up mode. That kind of fast rhythm offense where they just go up to the line, get the play off. And then, of course, he hits Mike Evans for the touchdown just before the half. And, he's, again, a player, he plays with an edge, and he plays with, emotion. And some people can view that as being, kind of obnoxious or arrogant. But if he's on your team, to me, that can be very infectious.
Yeah.
You like a guy. You saw him on the sideline near the end when they're going to win the game. He's going around, pumping his fist, firing everyone up. As a teammate, that's the kind of guy you want to go to battle with. And I think that's really can bring something to this team that I think that a team losing a Tom Brady could really use.
Look at Randy Arozarena with the Rays.
Exactly.
I mean, he does just that. He's always, chatting with the fans, both home and away, and he's always making noise on the bench and that sort of thing, and it does help. Rock Riley's going to be joining us today at 9:45. We'll be talking with him about the Bucks and the Rays, and maybe even sprinkle in some Lightning talk, because we're about a week and a half away from the Lightning opening up training camp. A week from Thursday, I think, will be their first time in camp, and then a week from Friday will be their first time on the ice. I had a very nice day yesterday in Orlando. The Orlando Magic kicked off their preseason, kind of. This is their 35th year of existence, and they had a new logo which is kind of like their old logo. They got their kind of retro logo back to what they had in year one, and they brought in a number of former Magic stars. Of course, Nick Anderson and Bo Outlaw are with the team as community ambassadors. They were both there. But they also brought in Richard Lewis. They also brought in Ryan Anderson. Hito Turkoglu was there as well. And from the current team, Jalen Suggs.
You showed me the picture. I always thought you were a pretty tall guy until I looked at that picture, and you look rather short next to some of these guys.
I was the shortest. No doubt about it.
That was something. But that's exciting. And and I'll tell you, I'm excited with the Magic. This could be, I think, hopefully, the breakout year that Magic fans have been waiting for. They've got a lot of good young talent. I think they've got, obviously getting a guy like Paolo Banchero, number 1 overall draft. I think they got that pick right. I think he really looks like a superstar in the making. And with other young players, Franz Wagner, Markelle Fultz, Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, many others. This team, if they can stay healthy, which has been the problem the last couple of years, but if they can stay healthy, they should make the playoffs, and I just think should continue to get better.
I could not agree more. I think that's exactly right. And it was fun to be with those guys yesterday. By the way, if you want to see that picture that Jason was referring to, it's on the home team Facebook page, the home team with Paul Porter, where many of you are right now. You can see it there. Me and all of the other Orlando Magic stars and former stars. Well, tonight, Jason, at Raymond James Stadium, the USF Bulls, a David and Goliath matchup, go up against mighty Alabama, and the Saban's going to be coming to town in an ill mood because they're coming off a loss last week. This could be pretty ugly.
Yeah, they're making a quarterback change, too. Yeah, that game will start at 3:30. The way to look at this is USF needs to look at it as a learning experience. The talent level is a complete mismatch. They're overmatched talent-wise. In terms of while the players and coaches for USF, obviously, they're coming in with the mindset to win the game. No one's going to come into a game and say, well, we know we're going to lose, but let's just give it our all. No one's coming in with that mindset. The only real way that they could win a game like this is if they play perfect and Alabama messes up big time. I mean, makes a ton of errors, mental errors, and just would basically hand the game over.
Because talent-wise, there's no comparison.
Talent-wise, it's not close. I mean, USF is coming off just a 1-win season last year. Alabama is Alabama. They're a powerhouse year in and year out. They're a national title contender. So, yes, it's you can't compare it on talent. But I think I like what Alex Golesh is doing. I heard him speak after the win last week against FAMU. I was watching that game. I like his passion. I like his enthusiasm. To me, he sounded like a person who's committed to this program for the long term. I don't think he doesn't seem like he's using this as a stepping stone if he can turn them around and go elsewhere. You never know about that, but I think he's excited with USF getting the new stadium, and he seems like he's really committed to be here in Tampa with his family and build this program into something special. They're not there yet. And they need to, and this game today, they're going to look at it as a learning experience. You're playing against one of the top programs in the country. Okay, do your best. Go out there, play hard, and whatever happens. But use it as a learning tool going forward. And the hope is if it does get ugly, just don't get demoralized.
To that point, how much or how little do you take away from tonight's game, regardless of the outcome? In other words, if it's a close game, do you say, wow, we only lost to Alabama by 7? Or if they get blown out 52-3, do you say, well, this team is not going to have a good year? Or do you just say it's one game?
I would say it is one game. Now, I would say if they make it really close, that would say something to me that this team may be further along than we expected. But if it's a blowout, like you say, like it probably will be, to me, there's no panic. Just let it be. That's I think Alabama's like a 31 to 32 point favorite.
Right.
So it is what it is. That's this team. This game was scheduled. I think a little while ago, a couple of seasons. The hope is that USF would have a better program at this point, but they didn't. That's why they made a coaching change. And again, play the game, play it well as well as you can, and learn and move forward. If they get blown out, again, it's one game. I still think USF, in the conference they're in, I think they have the potential to be close to a 500 team. And that would be a massive improvement, moving in the right direction.
And the Alabama fans are here. Some came into the bakery already.
I saw several. Yeah, it was coming.
So
I saw one guy was saying he's been to something 200 or close to 300 something consecutive games.
Wow.
That includes home games and road games. He was he was there when Bear Bryant was still the head coach.
So
at
if you're going to the game tonight, be expecting quite a few Alabama fans. There are both people traveling and probably even more people that live here. Ooh. We're going to take a break, and then we will get to your phone calls. John will be coming up first, and we can get you right in behind him. The number to call, 727-441-3000, or anywhere in the country at 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340. Or, of course, you can join the contest on Facebook Live and put your score in for the Bucks and Chicago Bears and a halftime score. Put that into the Facebook Live message area, and we will enter you in the contest and announce what your prediction is. We have more of the home team coming up on the Tan Talk Radio Network, TanTalkRadioNetwork.com, and Facebook Live.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
When you talk about ice rink development in West Central Florida, one name stands alone: Iceman Development, LLC. Gordy Zimmerman, president and founder of Iceman Development, has played an integral part in the construction of the Ice Sports Forum in Brandon, the training home of the 3-time Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Advent Health Center Ice Complex, a multi-million-dollar facility boasting 150,000 square feet, and ranked the top indoor ice rink facility by both the USA Today and Yelp. Iceman Development is currently involved in creating yet another outstanding ice rink facility in Trinity and Pasco County. Iceman's company mission is to build community projects that impact the area both in quality of life and economic growth. For more information, visit icemandevelopment.com. That's Iceman with 2 N's, development.com. Looking for a trusted lender to purchase or refinance a home? We recommend Brett Rupenthal with Mortgage Equity Partners, a direct lender offering unique programs to help people in all situations and financial backgrounds. Whether you are a first-time home buyer, savvy investor, or just looking to save money, Brett Rupenthal and Mortgage Equity Partners is the lender to talk to. Brett Rupenthal is branch manager with Mortgage Equity Partners, direct lender offering residential home loans. To reach Brett, simply text the words Home Team to 844-4LOAN-00. Brett can answer all your loan questions and provide fast pre-approvals. Find out about Brett's groundbreaking programs, like his famous rate protection, lock to shop, and equity savings programs. To work with a direct lender that Home Team personally trusts, simply text the words Home Team to 844-4LOAN-00. Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Vermost Insurance in Tampa Bay today at vermost.com.
Hundreds of sets of gently used golf clubs is what you'll find at T&D Golf Stores. Conveniently located at 4205 West Waters Avenue, half a mile west of Dale Mabry, T&D has the best repair facility with the largest selection of grips in stock. You'll find a wide variety of new and used golf balls, shoes, gloves, and accessories. Family owned and operated, check them out on the web at tndgolfstores.com. Open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Home Team on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340, AM 1350, FM 106.1. And we're glad to have you with us as we continue along on this Saturday. And Jason continues to battle the chairs. You're, if you're watching on Facebook Live, Jason's about 2 feet off the ground. That's about as far as he can get it, and he's still working on the chairs. You can join us on Facebook Live and enter the Bucks contest, about a $100 prize pack going up for bids. I see Donald has already posted his score. The Bucks win 24-17, and the Bucks lead at halftime 10-9, according to Donald. So that's where he stands. Let's go to the phone lines, and we'll bring in John first. John, thanks for holding. You are on the Home Team.
Good morning, guys. Great show. Great radio station.
Thank you. Glad to have you with us. And we just love this new time slot, this 9 to 11.
That's fantastic.
It's before all of the games get going and makes things easier for me on Saturdays and when I have games at night. So we're really excited about this 9 to 11 time slot here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Absolutely. FSU at noon. Kickoff.
Yes, Boston College.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 in the country.
They are, yeah. Florida State is looking good. Gotten off to a great start. Mike Norvell, and I believe this is year 4 now there. He's got them. They're national title contenders, back to where they're used to being for many, many years.
I got a kick out of our lead pastor at Grace Family Church, Pastor Craig Altman. He says, I'm a true Gator fan. You know that I am a true Gator fan, and it pains me to say this, but the Seminoles are better than the Gators. Coming from a Gator fan, that's saying something. But he is, in fact, his picture just appeared here on Facebook Live. That is something that he very boldly came out and said.
Well, I'm a USF fan. I was at Florida State for 1 year. That was the 99 year when they went wire to wire national titles. You know, they started ranked number 1, never lost the ranking. They beat Virginia Tech in the Sugar Bowl to win it all. But what's exciting though to me is what it looks like could be the resurgence of the Florida the Big Three. Now Florida had a disappointing loss to Utah. They have a chance to make a statement tonight against Tennessee. Of course, they're one of their arch rivals in the SEC. That game is tonight at 7. Miami, though, is looking very good. They've gotten off to a big start. They had a win over Texas A&M. Where they scored 48 points. So Mario Cristobal's got Miami going back. So I just remember the days back through the 80s and through the 90s when the big three in the state, Florida, Florida State, and Miami, all were national title contenders. And man, did that add to the excitement here. They were already rivalries. You can't take away from the rivalry. But when you have teams that good, all vying for a spot to win it all, that just adds to the intensity and the excitement to the matchups.
No question.
Yes,
no question about that.
I was going to add the Miami Hurricanes in that equation.
Sure.
So, yeah.
What do you think about tonight's game, John, with the USF and Alabama? Do you put much stock in it, one regardless of how the outcome is?
It's going to be a big blowout. Blowout. Alabama's just super loaded. You know, they have so much talent, and you know.
And coming off a loss too. That's what's going to make it even more.
That kind of takes away any chance of them coming in flat. Because they're going to be coming in loaded for bear. No pun intended with the Bears here tomorrow, but they're going to be coming in ready to go.
Bear Bryant too.
Now the big stories with the Jets with third play from scrimmage. Aaron Rodgers out. Unbelievable.
Yeah, boy. Sometimes life can be cruel in some ways. It's a cruel fate there. I mean, a guy. You feel bad whether you like or dislike Aaron Rodgers. What a player. What a competitor. And I think everyone wanted to see what he could do with a new team. Just like Tom Brady did with the Bucs. I mean, I think that was the blueprint there. I mean, for Brady to come into the Bucs, a team that had been irrelevant for years, and the very first year lead them to a Super Bowl victory. And I think a lot of people felt that Aaron Rodgers could potentially do the same thing for the Jets. And just a very unfortunate situation to have it happen just in 4 plays in. But the Jets, to their credit, they rallied, and they ended up winning that game in an incredibly exciting fashion.
And Donald points out that Zach Wilson did a great job.
Well, he did. Well, see, here's the thing. I don't think all hope is lost for this team at all. They have a great defense, and they can run the football. We've seen teams that play great defense and run the football with less than spectacular quarterback play win the Super Bowl. We saw it with the Ravens with Trent Dilfer, 2000. Of course, the Bucs with Brad Johnson, 2002, and there have been others. You don't necessarily need a superstar at the quarterback position if you've got a great supporting cast. I think the key with Zach Wilson, he's just got to protect the football. He cannot turn the football over like he did the last couple of seasons. If he can take care of the football, make plays here and there when he needs to, I still think the Jets could have a very deep run this year.
What a confidence builder it had to have been for Zach Wilson to get a win, not only a win, but a win over a very good Buffalo Bills team, who a lot of people are putting in the Super Bowl this year.
Sure. I mean, they're the favorites still to win this division. And when you think the Jets beat them without Aaron Rodgers. So, while that is certainly a huge deflating blow for a team that has just not had, that much luck at all for a long time. Still, I think it's a feeling that not all is lost. They can come back. They can still have a very good season. And if it all goes really well, I think they could still potentially be a Super Bowl contender.
Switching over to baseball, John, I had a chance to hear the New York Yankees broadcast this week while I was out driving and doing some errands.
Excellent.
And they were commenting on they just cannot understand how the Rays just keep on winning with all of the injuries that they've had, all the players that they've lost, but yet they find a way somehow, some way to get it done. And both John Sterling and Susan Waltman, who are on the broadcast, said it's just remarkable what the Rays are doing, how they just keep on keeping on regardless of all the players that they lose.
Yes, John Sterling, an awesome announcer. I used to listen to him back in Jersey. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's a lot of fun, and I always try and catch the Yankee broadcast whenever I get it on the Sirius satellite network.
Well, to me, I think the answer to that is the Rays front office. Their ability to their scouting, the talent team there. They have the ability to find the right players, not necessarily the best players, but the right players, the most productive players, and that's the key. They get production, the mass production from all these guys that other teams might have overlooked. Yeah, and no matter who they plug in, it seems to work out. And that's why they've been one of the top teams for a number of years now.
Yeah, currently tied for the division lead.
Sure.
And the
now
best record in the American League.
Sure. Baker Mayfield connecting with our receivers, great receivers. He did a great job on Sunday,
Yeah,
I think so, too. And again, I think that, I've said before, I think the Bucs are going to surprise people this year. I think the lack of expectations is going to work to their favor. I think when a team has less pressure on them to perform, they often do better. And as far as Baker Mayfield, he's going to be locked in. He knows this is it. This is his opportunity. If he wants to be a long-term starter in the National Football League, he's got to do it this year with this team. This is the Bucs are his fourth team, and I think the you got to think that if he can have a really good year and the Bucs have a good year, they've got their quarterback. They're going to lock him up for a long-term deal because he's still a young player.
And he's playing like he realizes exactly that.
No question about it.
Yeah. John, give me a score for the Bucs and the Bears tomorrow.
Tampa 28-3 over 28-23 over the Chicago Bears.
I like 28-3 better. That would be good. That would be nice.
And halftime score 14-7 Tampa.
All right. Got you down. John, thanks so much for making the switch over here to our new station and new time slot. And I know that you'll be a regular on the program. We always enjoy talking to you.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, John.
All right. Appreciate that. By the way, the Rubber Cement Man made a pretty astute comment, I think. He says all jerseys have an advantage depending on weather, lighting, background colors, and depending on those conditions. A color in one condition might be an advantage or a disadvantage. So
that's true.
Definitely with weather. I mean, when you talk about the heat, those dark jerseys, they just attract that sun, and they attract the heat.
And it is interesting, though, but some teams, no matter what, have a tradition of wearing the dark jerseys at home. They don't deviate from it. You know, the Steelers, for instance. I mean, I know now,
but
later,
it's not as bad weather.
Well, no, but still early on, it's still hot. Before it starts to get cold later, it is still hot. But they wear their black jerseys at home, and other teams do the Raiders for years. Now the Raiders play in a dome in Las Vegas, but even when they were in Oakland, when they were in Los Angeles, they wore their black jerseys at home, always. Yeah. They don't deviate from that. So it's just interesting.
We have a trivia question we're going to throw out after the break, and we're also going to talk to Rock Riley after the break. But before the break, let's get to Donald, who is waiting for us on the phone lines. Good morning, Donald. You're on the home team. Thanks for holding on.
Hey, good morning. There's no mistaking that it's morning. You know, like sometimes I'd call up and be on hold, and it's 12:05, and it's morning. It's like there's no mistaking.
If you're on hold into the afternoon now, we're doing something wrong.
I didn't think that sponsors would be eligible for the contest. I think I was only off by 1 point off of Bobby, I believe.
Yeah, you were. But the only people that aren't eligible are Jason, myself, and whoever might be the co-host, Matt, for example, our producer. But sponsors are eligible. We count them as part of the family.
That's okay. I was just like, 1 point off of Bobby.
Yeah.
That was fun, though.
And I talked to Bobby, and he was just ecstatic. He couldn't believe it that he won the contest. But beginner's luck sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've won a few contests from you, so playing. I've had some great prizes from you. So, and I feel like it's good karma, you know, and give back to what you're doing, you and Jan and Elizabeth.
We really appreciate Donald, for those of you that don't know, has donated a kayak, a fishing tackle box loaded with fishing gear, and also a rod and reel. He's donated all of that to our upcoming auction, the Reach Out, Speak Out Purple Passion auction on October the 8th. And by the way, all of you out there are invited to attend that. We'd love to meet a bunch of you there. Anthony has come in previous years. And Donald, I know you're coming this year and with a kayak in tow, and we're looking forward to having you there. It's Sunday, October the 8th at the New Identities Hair Salon, and that, of course, is on Amberley Road in New Tampa. So it's from 2 until 3:30 p.m. on Sunday, October the 8th. We're going to have some Alessi Bakery goodies there for you, and we're also going to have some Alessi Bakery gift cards that are up for auction as well, that you'll be able to come in and get yourself all set up for your purchases at Alessi Bakery, because you know Thanksgiving and Christmas right around the corner.
Yep.
So you're going to be going into a LSU Bakery to get all of your goodies and maybe some of your meals and all that. So come on out and bid on those LSU Bakery gift cards, and also on the kayak and the fishing gear and tackle and all that.
Yep, that fishing rod is a custom-made, one-of-a-kind rod. There's not another one like it in the world.
Wow.
It was custom-made by a rod company here in, I think he's in Newport Richie area, but he custom makes fishing rods. They're one-of-a-kind. Every rod he makes is a difference. It's for different people and different stuff. So wait till you guys see this. It's literally a one-of-a-kind.
Well, we're looking forward to
Excellent.
that, and I saw the kayak, and boy, it's a gorgeous kayak that somebody can. Well, I won't say walk away with, because you can't do that, but you can drive away with it. And Donald, you're even going to deliver it to their house if they don't have a truck that they can take it themselves, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I will deliver it to whoever wins that.
All right.
That's my pleasure. I feel, it's good karma to give back, and I give back. And I do a lot of different charity stuff. In fact, the next Saturday, I'm in a charity tournament for CCA. So I'm looking forward to that. So I will be able to call in next Saturday. I'll be on the water fishing with some great captains.
Okay.
And it'll be a big giant schmooze at Tampa Bay Watch afterwards on Saturday afternoon. So, and money, all the proceeds go to CCA Tampa Bay Watch. So anybody who's interested, donate to those companies as well, because they do great work.
Very good.
Kids and stuff.
Very good. Well, Donald, we have to hit a break, but again, thank you for your generosity and for being part of the home team. And we've got you down for a 24-17 Bucks win and 10-9 at halftime.
And go Rays. They're on tear. Baltimore's in a skid right now. They don't know what to do or what to think. So I'm so excited.
Real quick, Donald, someone on Facebook Live just asked, what is CCA?
Coastal Conservation Association.
Okay, Coastal Conservation Association. Okay.
But what they do for the state of Florida is just amazing. Captain Lisa Fitzgerald, who is the only angler in the Florida Sports Hall of Fame.
All right.
Very nice.
We need to hit a break, but thank you, Donald. We appreciate it, and good fishing out there next Saturday.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. You guys take care. Stay safe out there.
All right. Appreciate that. We are going to take a break. Rock Riley going to join us on the other side. If you want to join us at 727-441-3000 if you have a question for Rock, or you can post your question on Facebook Live, the home team with Paul Porter, and you can enter the contest that way as well, or submit your question for Rock Riley. We will take a break, and then more of the home team coming up on the TAN Talk Radio Network, tantalkradionetwork.com, and Facebook Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
There's no place like this place anywhere near this place, so this must be the place. That's what they've been saying about the Palm Pavilion since 1926. The Palm Pavilion on the north end of the sparkling beach is a Clearwater beach landmark. Situated directly on the beach overlooking the Gulf of Mexico, the Palm Pavilion is the place to order cool tropical drinks and watch spectacular sunsets. Tempt your taste buds with perfect pasta, sizzling steaks, chicken or seafood wraps, shrimp and crab chowder. Come for a day or stay for the night. A casual atmosphere featuring live entertainment on the deck. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill and Bar on sparkling Clearwater Beach. Visit them on the web at palmpavilion.com, or better yet, visit in person. 10 Bay Esplanade on the north end of Clearwater Beach. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill.
We're very happy to have with us today from the Grace Family Church, the senior executive pastor, Chris Bonham. Chris, why is Grace Family Church so popular among all different ages?
Well, I think we work really hard to appeal to all different ages. We want a message that is universal. We know the love of God appeals to all people and it applies to all people, but we also want to do it in ways that practically reaches them. So on all ages, we try to do a message that meets them right where they're at. So whether it's children, youth, adults, our messages, our topics, the way we deliver, we try to be very age appropriate. Some people like older people like me, and then they like some of our younger guys. Oh, this one might be more challenging. But in the end, they're getting a full, robust teaching.
I'm still trying to find a pastor as old as I am, but I'll keep looking. So check it out. Grace Family Church, now 7 locations to choose from. The new location in Clearwater at Grace Family Church, plus online. You'll find them at gfcflorida.com.
This is Paul Porter. For the past 12 years, we've not endorsed an air conditioning company on the home team. Until now, I'm happy to tell you about the family-owned and operated air conditioning company, Action Air Conditioning. David Russell and his family run their business with 3 principles in mind: honesty, integrity, and reliability. They've been in business since 1988. They service the entire home team listing area. From service to AC checkups to a whole new system, Action Air Conditioning is the AC company for you. Why do I speak so highly of Action Air Conditioning? I've used them many times at multiple properties, and I've been completely satisfied every time. Visit them on the web at actionairconditioning.com. That's actionairconditioning.com. Or you can call them at 813-935-6644. If you're in need of an air conditioning company, take it from me. Action Air is your company. 813-935-6644. 813-935-6644. actionairconditioning.com.
This is Paul Porter. 9 years ago, my wife and I started a nonprofit 501c3 ministry to help victims of domestic violence called Reach Out, Speak Out. Since then, we've been able to help over a dozen families get back on their feet by supplying everyday needs such as food, clothing, personal care items, rent money, professional counseling, and more. I'm asking you, my loyal listeners, to consider a donation to help our ministry. Demand is at an all-time high, as we're helping 5 families at the same time, 1 family in an emergency situation. If you'd like to help us help others, you can find out more about our ministry by visiting reachoutspeakout.org. Please send your donation to P.O. Box 4979, Tampa, Florida, 33677. That's Reach Out, Speak Out, Post Office Box 4979, Tampa, Florida, 33677. 501c3 number 471630804. No gift is too large or small. All gifts are tax deductible. Thank you for your help.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team on the TAN Talk Radio Network and also on AM 1340 and FM 106.1 and in the Dade City area, AM 1350. We're glad to have you tuned in there as well. If you want to join us on the phone lines, we have some lines available now. It's been busy, but we do have a couple lines open at 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. Or toll free anywhere else, 866-826-1340. 826-1340, 866-826-1340. Well, let's welcome into the program a friend of the program and always good to talk with none other than Mr. Rock Riley. Rock, welcome back to the home team.
Always good to talk with Paul Porter and the gang. How you guys doing today?
Doing just fine. And before we get started, Rock, I have a question for you. You had said, thank you for the FIEF cards, FIEF. I've never heard of that term. What does FIEF stand for?
Gift. It stands for gift.
Okay, all right.
Sure, thank you.
Was it a typo?
Yeah, it was a typo.
Okay, all right. Because I was even going to get to the point of Googling FIEF to see what that really means, but...
Oh, my God. Didn't even realize it, Paul.
Well, we appreciate you and your contributions each week. And looking at Bucks and Bears tomorrow, chance to go up to 2-0 and a game that I'm not going to say they will definitely win, but I think they've got a very good chance at it tomorrow. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. The attitude was so good after just that one win. All week I was at one Buck. It was, kind of business as usual on Wednesday, but Thursday we got in the locker room and some of the younger defensive players were singing and dancing, and they had their, there's a couple of tables set up for chess and cards. About 4, 5, 6 guys are playing cards, and the other ones are playing chess, and they got music blasting, and they're just feeling really, really good. But again, it is 1 week, and it's the first week because just talking to some of the coaches, you're not really going to get a true read on your team until about like week 3, week 4. Mm-hmm. They don't do any tackling in practice during the preseason. Starters don't play in preseason. So, I mean, okay, the Giants are bad. Are they 45-0 bad? The Cincinnati Bengals, they lost. Is Joe Burrow in the offense really bad? So going on paper, Paul and guys, you would think the way the Bears looked, and they looked bad on offense and defense, and the Buccaneers getting the win, you would assume that the Buccaneers will get the W's tomorrow.
Hey, Rocky, I'll tell you, I was really impressed with our defense. That was one area of concern, with being that there's very young and inexperienced, but some of the young players really stepped up. Kalijah Cansey early made some nice plays. It's a shame he left with a calf injury, but I think Christian Izien, the cornerback, the rookie out of Rutgers, huge interception where he literally took the ball right out of the receiver's hand at the goal line. And, oh, my goodness, Devin White and the other linebackers, well, what a performance they had between him and Levante David. So the defense, I thought that was a great sign to see them play like they did.
You hit it spot on. Jason. The defense is they're going to go as this defense goes. Now, you mentioned Izzy, and he's a game-time decision. And Kalijah Cansey, in only 11 snaps, you're right. He was very effective. He's out. He re-injured that calf. And Carlton Davis has got turf toe injury, and turf toe usually lingers an entire season. But overall, they had the communication. They were flying around. Devin White knows he's up for a contract, whether it's here or somewhere else, going to get big money. So you're right. Defense was the key.
When we look at the kicking game, Rock, and I really see that as a huge weapon for the Buccaneers, both with Jason Carmada and the current kicker that they have.
Jay Carmada and Chase McLaughlin.
Right. Yeah. That's just a huge advantage, I think, for them, not only for field position with punting, but also with knowing that you've got a guy that can knock it through from 57 yards, and that's got to take some of the pressure off Baker Mayfield, I would think.
Oh, man. How much does that help Bowles? Because he went for that 57-yarder and had no problem going for it because McLaughlin has that strong leg. They didn't have that. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the reasons why they made that move. And guys, these NFL games, most of them come down to 2 points, field goal. That'll steal them a win or two. Yep.
Maybe that's why they call it football, because the kicking game is so important.
It is. Well, and also, Rock, I think that the key, what really impressed me, that it was the Bucs made the critical plays at the right moments. At the very end, first of all, the defense getting a key stop to get the ball back, but the offense to convert those fourth downs and the third down and fourth down. The Baker Mayfield scramble to get the first down, and then his pass completion and just an outstanding catch by Chris Godwin to clinch the game. Making those types of plays often that can be the difference between winning and losing those close games. But so often a time, that's what separates the good teams from the bad, because you see the bad teams a lot of time. So many of the games could have gone the other way. They could have been a good team, but they couldn't win the close ones. And the Bucs just won of their close game on the road.
And hostile environment. All the players on offense that we talked to yesterday, day before in the locker room said they could not hear a thing. So they had to rely on hand signals. They were all raving about Hainsey. Hainsey now has had a full year at center. Ryan Jensen, I saw him. He was over playing cards. He's been around the building. He's helping out the O-line and Hainsey. So Hainsey put them in the right position, and Dave Canales had never called a play on an NFL field. That was his first time. Canales and Baker Mayfield admitted that there were a couple of times in the beginning that when Brian Flores was bringing these blitzes, they weren't prepared for them. He was behind like 3 plays, and they started to get in the rhythm. And how about those calls? And that's the first time he's ever called plays. That will only improve.
Want to say hello to Billy, who's watching us on Facebook Live. Billy, glad to have you with us, and appreciate you tuning in. He had some very nice comments during the week on the Home Team with Paul Porter Facebook page. Appreciate him being part of the family now. Rock, I want to switch over to the game tonight, USF and Alabama. How much stock do you put in this game, win, lose, or draw for USF? Or is it just one game that you kind of just leave it at where it is and take it for whatever happens?
I think the best line that I heard all week was Golish. It was the USF head coach, and he said, "This is great for our program and great for our kids until the game starts. Then it's still football. And Alabama is coming in loaded for bear. Losing that opener with Saban, can you imagine the practices this week? Then he also signed up to be on the Pat McAfee show, like Aaron Rodgers, all year long. He never would do this. But, a lot of young people watch the Pat McAfee show.
Right.
It's the biggest show in sports. So he wants to get the kids, and recruiting. They all love McAfee, and he's on there. And so he doesn't want to be embarrassed. Oh, my God. So I think it's going to be rough, man. And there's going to be a lot of Alabama fans that are in the stands.
Yeah, I cannot even imagine if by some fluke USF comes up with a win tonight, Alabama being 0-2. I mean, that's just hard to even fathom. Elizabeth, we want to say hello to you watching on Facebook Live. Glad to have you with us. And Rock, before we let you go, got to talk some Rays here. Tied with the Orioles now, still behind in the loss column, but tied with Baltimore, just percentage points behind.
This year, what they're doing now, to me, is the best thing that the Rays have ever done in their history. Even when they turned it around, they beat Boston, they went to the World Series, all this stuff. Losing McClanahan, losing their pitchers, losing their all-star Wander Franco. How the heck are they doing it? And it's the bullpen. And I think Zach Eflin, I said it on Twitter, he's the best off-season addition that they made. He's a better guy than he is a pitcher. It is incredible what they're doing down the stretch, having lost all of those players. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Hello to Peter and Joe, also tuned in, watching on Facebook Live. How important, Rock, do you feel it is for the Rays to win the division? How much does it matter as opposed to being the top wild card?
Yeah, I mean, once you get in, once you're playing in the postseason, every inning, every pitch, I don't think it matters that much. But I think the mindset would be huge to have that confidence, knowing you're top dog. You don't have to go through the wild card. I think it is pretty big. But again, once you get into postseason baseball, you know how it's so amped up. Every pitch means so much more. A lot of the stadiums you go, everybody's standing the entire game. So I just love postseason baseball, and I love this time of year, guys.
Absolutely.
It is very exciting.
Absolutely. Well, Rock, we want to put you into our contest. Last week, our guest came up with the win, Bobby Maggie. So what do you see for the final score of the Bucks and the Chicago Bears tomorrow?
I'm going to say 27-23, and I'm going to go on. I shouldn't. I always go opposite of what I think in the NFL. That's why I don't bet NFL. I'm going with the Buccaneers in a win, 27-23.
All right. And just for our tiebreaker, what do you have for a halftime score?
Halftime score, I have the Buccaneers being down 14-10, and everybody's going to be freaking out.
Okay. All right. Very good. Rock, we really appreciate you coming on and giving us the insight that you do and that you have. I know you cover the Bucks like a glove, cover the Rays like a glove, and it's always good to hear what's going on behind the scenes.
Always enjoy it, man. Love your new home and continued success, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow
so
up in the press box.
You know it.
All right. Thanks, Rock. We appreciate that. Rock Riley joining us. That's going to about do it for hour number one. Donald mentioned that he went to the game last Sunday, and Zach Eflin was the winning pitcher, and Fairbanks lights out. So let's hope they can keep that rolling when they come up tonight for Game 3 of the 4-game series. Don't go anywhere. We've got a full another hour coming your way on the home team, and we'll be on Facebook Live live as well for another hour. Enter our contest. A number of you watching on Facebook Live, just put your final score for the Bucks and the Bears in there and a halftime score. Hour number 2 coming up on the Tan Talk Radio Network, tantalkradionetwork.com, and Facebook Live.
WTAN, Clearwater.
FM 106.1.
WDCF, Dade City.
FM 102.3.
Listen.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Linda Kenyon. Auto workers are on strike against the Big Three. They're seeking a 40% pay hike over 4 years.
I think we deserve more pay. I've been here 24 years and ain't had a raise in 8 years.
12,700 UAW workers walked off the production line and joined the picket line.
No justice!
No Jeeps!
CBS's Chris Van Cleve. Security forces are in place in Iran as it marks 1 year since the death of Mahsa Amini. She's the Iranian woman who died after she was arrested by the morality police, allegedly for wearing her headscarf improperly. Here's CBS's Roxana Saberi.
The morality police have resumed their patrols after a brief break.
They write graffiti on the walls in different cities saying that Iran is drowning in revolution.
Holly Dagras is an Iran analyst with the Atlantic Council, a Washington, D.C.-based think tank.
Just because you're not seeing millions in the street corner doesn't mean that this is meaningless. This is very powerful, and it's shaken the regime to its core.
Hundreds were killed last year in protests over Amini's death. Libyan authorities have opened an investigation into the collapse of 2 dams that flooded the coastal city of Derna. The BBC's Anna Foster.
This morning I was talking to a Turkish rescue team because all the time there are recovery workers. They're patrolling up and down the water area here. And when bodies wash back in, which they are still doing all the time, they retrieve them and try and give them some kind of dignity. And the Turkish team told me that just over here this morning, they recovered 3 bodies from in among all this debris.
The prosecution moves to limit former President Trump's statements about his federal election interference case. CBS's Tom Foti reports.
Court papers show special counsel Jack Smith is asking the judge in the Donald Trump January 6th federal case here in Washington to put limits on what Trump can say about it. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
There is a limit to what even Donald Trump can do on the airwaves. And so far, the courts have let him go pretty far. But I think the prosecutors are saying he has crossed the line, and it'll be even bolder if the judge does not set some limits.
On his social media site, Trump is attacking the prosecution move and continues his insulting description of Prosecutor Smith. Tom Foti, CBS News, Washington.
Hurricane Lee is now a post-tropical cyclone, but folks in New England and eastern Canada are still bracing for it. Christian Benavides has the latest.
With high tide expected around noon in parts of Maine, residents too are bracing for impact.
We put the boat away, and I'm going to put my roadster out back and cover that over the top and, put away the furniture and just spatten down the hatchet.
This is CBS News.
You need to hire fast and hire right? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates efficiently. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Did you ever think about hosting your very own radio show? Here's how.
Hey, Tampa Bay, did you know you can have a 1-hour program on the Tan Talk Radio Network for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many Tampa Bay stations? That's right. We'll put you on the radio for less than the cost of one 60-second announcement on many stations. Check it out today. Use your program to promote yourself, your business, or someone else's business. Call Lola Jean, the broadcast queen, 727-510-7622. That's 510-7622. Call Lola Jean now to check out your Tan Talk Network program. In addition to network radio, we'll stream your program in audio and video all over the world. Call Lola Jean now, 727-510-7622. Call today. Your network 1-hour program can start tomorrow. Broadcast your message in audio and video on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Do you have questions after being injured in a car accident or injured because of someone's negligence? Do you feel overwhelmed or uncertain about the next steps after being injured in a crash? The personal injury attorneys at Peronick, Caulfield, Averill, and Noyes have been helping their injured clients since 1955 and are now on this radio station to provide guidance to you. Listen to FLA Law each Tuesday from 5 to 6 p.m. Let their decades of experience help you and your family. Offices in Clearwater, non-attorney spokesman.
Make sure you tune in to Burning Rubber Radio Saturdays here on the Tan Talk Network. Burning Rubber Radio will bring you up to date on what's going on in NASCAR, IndyCar, Formula One, and anything else that has 2 or 4 wheels and races. That's Burning Rubber Radio right here on the Tan Talk Network. Burning Rubber's brought to you locally by BigStormBrewery.com.
Burning Rubber Radio, Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Why is it conservatives find it impossible to tell the truth?
They even invented alternative facts, which, as we all know, is simply a dog whistle for lies.
If you're ready for just plain, straight talk about events of the day and the real facts to back it up,
join me, Joe Reinhardt, and Ed Golly every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. for the Voice of Reason.
Right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Initialize sequence.
Hi, this is Pam Tillis.
Hi, I'm Gina Lee Nolan.
Hey, everyone. I'm Cassie Skirbo.
Hey, what up, you guys? It's your girl, Vivica Fox.
I'm Kathleen Gatty from General Hospital.
Hello, I'm Butch Patrick. Don Snyder.
Hey, this is Jason Thompson from The Young and the Restless. Hey, this is your Olympic hero, Kurt Angle.
Hey, this is Fran Kaplan, the Guinness Book of World Records fastest talking woman.
Get connected on Hollywood Connections, sponsored by SunkissCharters.com every Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. right here on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Tampa Bay's Tan Talk, entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
The Rays have won the American League pennant. The Tampa Bay Lightning win their second straight Stanley Cup.
When the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady.
I don't know why we ever think it won't.
It's time for the home team. The home team is brought to you in part by Grace Family Church. Just try it. By Tampa Bay area Chick-fil-A restaurants. By Vermost Insurance. By Mahoney's Auto Repair. By the Palm Pavilion on Clearwater Beach. By Irish 31, the place to catch your favorite team in action. By Iceman Development, LLC. And now, here he is, the arena voice of the Tampa Bay Lightning and Orlando Magic, and the press box voice of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Paul Porter.
Thank you, Bill Carl, and welcome to hour number 2 of the home team on the Tan Talk Radio Network, TanTalkRadioNetwork.com, Tan Talk Radio Network 1340 AM, 106.1 FM, and for those of you in Dade City, 1350 AM and 104.3. All of you tuned in this morning. Hello to Mario. He's watching on Facebook Live. Glad to have you with us. And when I say Chick-fil-A and the Palm Pavilion on Clearwater Beach and Irish 31, and those are just some of the prizes. Alessi Bakery, those are just some of the prizes that you'll be receiving if you are the winner of our contest between the Bucks and Bears and the final score. So you want to get your entry in. It's about $100 in prizes altogether going out each week.
So you're going to eat very well.
Yes, you will. You will. All you have to do, either call us at 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000, or you can enter the contest on Facebook Live, the home team with Paul Porter. Just put your final score in there of the Bucks and Bears and a halftime score for the tiebreaker and get in the contest. It's a great contest and a nice prize pack. I have a gift card from Irish 31 going out to the person that can answer this trivia question. And what I'm going to do, Jason, I want to see what you think.
Okay.
And that is, I'm not going to say whether you're right or wrong, because that'll give the question away.
Right.
But the question is, of all the NFL teams, the 30 NFL teams, which one is the most expensive to go to for a family of 4? Of all the teams, which one would you think is the most expensive to go to?
I'm going to guess for the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. Again, I'm not going to say whether you're right or wrong, but the first person that can solve that, and please don't cheat and go to Google, but just give us your guess. What stadium, what team is the most expensive for a family of 4 to attend? And that takes into consideration tickets, of course, parking, concessions, merchandise, all of that. What an average family of 4 would actually spend going to an NFL game. I want to get your thoughts on that and see what you think. Mario says, with all the football, including the Bucks and USF, the Rays have his total attention this playoff division run. It really is, Jason, a fun time for sports here in the Tampa Bay area.
Oh, it's incredible. And honestly, it has been for the past 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean, with Tampa Bay, between the Bucks, Lightning, and Rays, the success of those 3 teams, it's awesome. Great feeling. Let's hope it continues.
Absolutely. Let's go to the phone lines. John is with us next. Hello, John. You're on the home team.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing good. Good to
Mr.
have you
Bycheck.
joining us, John Bycheck.
Well, I tried to tell him that. You want to know where I was from?
Oh, okay.
Carrollwood.
There you go. Good to have John and Carrollwood joining us. Out on your back porch, most likely.
Patio, looking out over the golf course. Absolutely. You've been here, so you know where I'm at.
Yes, sir. I know exactly what you're talking about. John, what do you think about the Bucks and the Bears tomorrow?
Bucks and the Bears should be an interesting game. They're both kind of had surprising games. The Bears obviously lost to Jordan Love, Green Bay Packers, and we beat the Vikings, obviously. We've got some injuries that we need to worry about the backfield, not the backfield, defensive backfield. But if Baker plays, kind of reminded me of a little Brad Johnson Super Bowl year where he just protected the ball, didn't make a lot of mistakes. So I think the Minnesota game showed a lot on the offensive line. They ran the ball a little bit, not great. I mean, we had less than 300 yards total offense.
Yeah, the running game is the area I would really like the Bucs to improve it. They just couldn't get anything going with that. Of course, you've got Rashad White, and I think we're expecting more from him year 2. He was a little inconsistent his first year, rookie year, but hopefully he can get it done. And if not, you've got the rookie Sean Tucker out of Syracuse. I think we're kind of excited about to see there. And the other thing is, I think Justin Fields for Chicago, as dangerous a weapon as he is running the ball, and he can make some big plays, he also is very prone to turnovers. And the Bucs defense forced a lot of turnovers against the Vikings, so the hope is there they could get more against Fields in that Bears offense.
And by the way, I want to mention now, and I'm going to go ahead and say that, Jason, you were incorrect on your guess on Dallas. It was not the Dallas Cowboys. It is not the San Francisco 49ers, as John on Facebook Live has guessed. John Bycheck, do you have a guess on that as to what is the most expensive NFL stadium for a family of 4 to attend?
I'm guessing it's one of the Northeast stadiums. Let's just go with the Giants, or maybe the Patriots. Giants. Let's go with the Giants.
Okay, no, that is not correct. So it is a bit of a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, the Buccaneers came in third as far as the most expensive.
The most expensive?
Yeah,
oh,
the
that's
third
interesting.
most expensive behind this team we're referring to and one other. But and those are popular guesses to think Giants, Cowboys, San Francisco 49ers, but it's none of those three.
Well, the reason I picked the Cowboys is because I believe they're the most valuable of the NFL teams. I don't know what the overall worth is, but I think they're the highest among teams.
Yeah, but the question again, just to clarify, is what is the most expensive game to attend of all the NFL teams, all 30 NFL teams? And
one more quick thing on the Bucs. If they can keep the turnovers down and win the turnover battle, they got a really good shot at beating them. I mean, that was 3 turnovers taken and 0 lost. That was a big deal for and very few penalties until later in the game. So they've got a good shot at beating the Bears. So I'll pick not the Vikings, but the Bears losing to the Bucs probably 28-21.
28-21. All right. And how about a halftime score, John?
14-14.
Okay, you like those tie scores just like the Rubber Cement Man does. But, John, the Rays just continue to impress.
Well, they're hammering, egging it up the course. Every night somebody new comes up, whether it's Josh Lowe, Brandon Lau last night, Ramirez 10 for 18 in his pinch hit at-bats, his first pinch hit home run. The pitching staff has been cobbled together and has done an outstanding job. Bullpen, short and long range bullpen have done really well. Fairbanks moving up the radar for me a little bit. Excuse me. I like his attitude on the mound, going 100-mile-an-hour fastball. He doesn't need that dirty little changeup. So they're playing well. I'm excited for them. They can take one of these next games. That's a big 3 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, 3 out of 4 in Baltimore. So
wouldn't it be something they swept them? I mean, they've won the first 2. I mean, it was hard to believe, but they've set themselves up for a potential sweep of Baltimore.
Baltimore took 3 out of 4 in Tampa Bay when they were here, so the Rays have a chance to return the favor. Hey, John, I got to hit a break, but thank you so much, and we know you're going to be here in studio with us on the 30th while Jason is away, so we'll look forward to having you here.
All right, sir. Take care. Thanks. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thanks, Jeff.
Someone has gotten it correct on Facebook Live as to who the most expensive team in the NFL is. And I will tell you who is correct and what that team is after we take a break. Anthony's joining us as well after our break. More of the home team coming up. Join us on the phone line, 727-441-3000. Or again, enter that contest at the Facebook page, the home team with Paul Porter. Just put in your final score for the Bucks and Chicago Bears tomorrow and the halftime score. More of the home team coming up on Facebook Live, also on AM 1340 and the Tan Talk Radio Network.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
There's no place like this place anywhere near this place, so this must be the place. That's what they've been saying about the Palm Pavilion since 1926. The Palm Pavilion on the north end of the sparkling beach is a Clearwater beach landmark. Situated directly on the beach overlooking the Gulf of Mexico, the Palm Pavilion is the place to order cool tropical drinks and watch spectacular sunsets. Tempt your taste buds with perfect pasta, sizzling steaks, chicken or seafood wraps, shrimp and crab chowder. Come for a day or stay for the night. A casual atmosphere featuring live entertainment on the deck. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill and Bar on sparkling Clearwater Beach. Visit them on the web at palmpavilion.com, or better yet, visit in person. 10 Bay Esplanade on the north end of Clearwater Beach. The Palm Pavilion Inn and Beachside Grill.
We're very happy to have with us today from the Grace Family Church, the senior executive pastor, Chris Bonham. Chris, why is Grace Family Church so popular among all different ages?
Well, I think we work really hard to appeal to all different ages. We want a message that is universal. We know the love of God appeals to all people and it applies to all people, but we also want to do it in ways that practically reaches them. So on all ages, we try to do a message that meets them right where they're at. So whether it's children, youth, adults, our messages, our topics, the way we deliver, we try to be very age appropriate. Some people like older people like me, and then they like some of our younger guys. Oh, this one might be more challenging. But in the end, they're getting a full, robust teaching.
I'm still trying to find a pastor as old as I am, but I'll keep looking. So check it out. Grace Family Church, now 7 locations to choose from. The new location in Clearwater at Grace Family Church, plus online. You'll find them at gfcflorida.com.
This is Paul Porter. For the past 12 years, we've not endorsed an air conditioning company on the home team. Until now, I'm happy to tell you about the family-owned and operated air conditioning company, Action Air Conditioning. David Russell and his family run their business with 3 principles in mind: honesty, integrity, and reliability. They've been in business since 1988. They service the entire home team listing area. From service to AC checkups to a whole new system, Action Air Conditioning is the AC company for you. Why do I speak so highly of Action Air Conditioning? I've used them many times at multiple properties, and I've been completely satisfied every time. Visit them on the web at actionairconditioning.com. That's actionairconditioning.com. Or you can call them at 813-935-6644. If you're in need of an air conditioning company, take it from me. Action Air is your company. 813-935-6644. 813-935-6644. actionairconditioning.com.
This is Paul Porter inviting you to the largest fundraiser of the year for Reach Out, Speak Out, a 501c3 ministry that benefits domestic violence victims. Purple Passion is Sunday, October 8th from 2 to 3:30 p.m. at the New Identities Hair Salon, 15307 Amberley Drive in New Tampa. Well over 100 items and gift certificates for restaurants and services as well. And sports equipment, collectibles, and so much more. For more information, go to reachoutspeakout.org. See you Sunday, October 8th.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team, and glad to have you with us on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 106.1 FM, also AM 1350 in the Dade City area and 104.3 FM there. Glad to have all of you with us. And again, you just heard that mention of the Purple Passion silent auction coming up for Reach Out, Speak Out on Sunday, October the 8th. I hope that you will come out and join us. Several of our listeners have donated items now, for which we are very grateful. And many of our sponsors of the home team have donated items to the cause as well. So come out and join us October the 8th, 2 till 3:30, and that is at the New Identities Hair Salon on Amberley Road in New Tampa. Jason, tell us a little bit of what's going on at Alessi Bakery this week. I know the big weekend is next weekend.
The big weekend is coming up with our anniversary sale, but at Alessi Bakery, we always have a great variety of items. Guava turnovers, apple turnovers. We have eclairs, cannolis. We have a wide variety of cupcakes and cakes. We have a wonderful deli offering sandwiches, Cuban sandwiches, Philly cheesesteaks, Reubens, burgers. We have hot entrees like chicken and yellow rice, roast pork, picadillo, our devil crabs or beef empanadas, our famous scacciata pizza, which is our cold meat pizza, Sicilian pizza, one of our best-selling items. And this upcoming weekend, Saturday and Sunday, the 23rd and 24th, we're going to have our anniversary sale, our throwback sale. Some items at very low prices. Our eclairs will be 69 cents, guava turnovers, 69 cents, coconut macaroons, 59 cents, and our brownies, 59 cents. And basically, each customer can get up to 4 of each of those items at that special price, the 69 cents or 59 cents sale. So it's a great savings. We're also going to have the items like the Boston cream cake at a low price, our scacciata snack pack at a low price, and our Cuban sandwich at a low price. So that's going to be going on this next weekend, the 23rd and 24th.
I may make a little detour on my way over here to the Tan Talk Radio Network and stop in and pick up on some of those goodies.
Yes, I'll be going into work after the show on next Saturday around 1:30 to close, and I'll be working Sunday as well. So it's gonna be exciting. We're Alessi Baker. We're located at 2909 West Cypress Street. We're in between MacDill and Armenia, and we're open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays are 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sundays 9 to 4.
Outstanding. And again, that's next weekend. Putting a little note in there on the Facebook page, and hope that you'll check that out.
We'll be celebrating 111 years this year. So we started in 1912, and this anniversary sale is something we started for our 90th anniversary back in 2002, and it was such a big hit, we decided to do it every year.
Outstanding. Yeah. Alessi Bakery is where you'll find that. We had a number of people guess on what is the most expensive NFL stadium to get to and to go to a game. And it was not the Dallas Cowboys, not the New York Giants or New England Patriots. San Francisco 49ers was guessed. The Buccaneers came in third on that scale. But the most expensive is the Las Vegas Raiders.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Brand new stadium.
That's right.
Vegas, a lot of money in Vegas.
Yeah.
So that is the most expensive. Donald nailed that. Boy, Donald has just been on fire winning prizes. But he nailed that on Facebook Live, so congratulations.
And that'll be the site of the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to join us, the numbers to call, 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. Mario says it'd be nice if the Rays could at least take 3 out of 4, which would mean splitting today and tomorrow.
Sure.
And then they would actually be tied for first place coming out of Baltimore, and they would split the season series. And Mario also says he believes the Bucks will win again this year after last year's game, 24-16, that they will lead at halftime by a score of 10-6. So that is what Mario sees as far as the Bucks and Bears. 24-16 Bucks, and the Bears are at halftime, the Bucks leading 10-6. Let's go back to the phone lines. Anthony is joining us next. Hello, Anthony. You're on the home team.
Hey, good day, fellas.
Good day.
Let me first say that the pressure was on Minnesota last week because they wanted to perform for their loud crowd. And first of all, what's with Minnesota? Their little jingles. I saw these guys in the stands wearing their Viking helmets, doing this little jig. It looked like something, an adult version of Barney and Friends. The same thing that I saw at the Frozen Four when Minnesota Gophers the fans did their chants, and they were blown out in overtime by the underestimated Quinnipiac Bobcats, who took them out in the within seconds in the overtime. So the pressure was on Minnesota, and I think the Bucks capitalized on their mistakes. Cousins was just not himself. I think, and I'm going to extend somewhat of a thumbs up to Mayfield, but let's not get too carried away. I mean, it's just the beginning of the season, and the way Chicago was embarrassed by Green Bay last week. They're coming in with a mean streak, and I think they want to salvage themselves in front of their fans. The heat factor might come into play tomorrow, but tread carefully, Bucks, because I don't see this. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a 22-20 game. Bucks over the Bears, but it's going to be a tight game, and
How about a halftime score?
Yeah, I'm going to go 10-6 Tampa Bay.
All right.
I think Chicago is definitely going to play better than they did against Green Bay. Anytime a team plays lousy like that, especially at home, you got to expect, just from the pride factor alone, they're going to do better. So I expect this to be a pretty close game. The one thing I will say again, with Justin Fields, he's a dynamic athlete. He can run, and he can really hurt you with his legs. But he does turn the football over, and I think that the Bucs defense appears to be a ball-hawking defense. They can force some turnovers, be it by interception or fumble with him. And the other thing is the Bears defense can give up a lot of yards. I think that this could be an opportunity for the Bucs to establish the run game. Get to Rachaad White going. Get Sean Tucker going, get the backs going, and I think again Baker Mayfield has a chance to hit the receivers and put up big yards. In addition to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I think Devin Tompkins was impressive last week, and of course Trey Palmer, who had a great preseason. He caught a touchdown pass, the rookie out of Nebraska. So I think what you could start to see is other threats at the wide receiver emerge for the Bucs outside of just Evans and Godwin.
A couple of very astute observations by Mario. Number one, that the Heat will play a big role in the game tomorrow. But he also points out that the Bears have to play in Kansas City next week. So this is a critical game for the Bears to avoid going 0-3.
Yeah.
Which, if they don't get this one tomorrow, very likely will.
And the Bears Bears kind of had some expectations this year. No one's going to say it was Super Bowl, but I think people felt, with Justin Fields and and the rest of it, that they're going to look to make strides and be much, much better, possibly compete for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
I think they certainly had higher expectations than the Bucs did going into the season. So yeah, I think they're going to play hard, but I just think that the Bucs at home, and based off how they performed last week, should be able to get this win.
And one other tidbit from Mario, I was not aware of this, Jason, but the Eagles, or the Eagles as they are commonly known, will have 11 days off to rest for the game a week from a Monday against the Bucs at Raymond James.
Because they played on Thursday.
Right.
Exactly. And the next game is the Monday night. So that's going to be a big one there.
Yeah.
One question to pose to you guys. Being at Brady, it seemed like Evans was Brady's go-to guy, and next to Gronk. Who do you foresee Mayfield's go-to guy? Is it Godwin? You foresee him being the go-to guy that Mayfield's going to be eyeing as his go-to guy receiver? And if the Bucs move, and let's not say it's going to be a definite, but seeing that they're focusing in on more younger players, and if Evans does move on or they let him go, will that be the scenario there?
That's a good question. Very good question. I don't know if he has a go-to guy.
I don't necessarily know that. Evans is the weapon because of his size and the fact that his length, he can go up and get so many balls. So I think certainly he's the guy. He's going to be targeted a lot just because he's always going to seem to have the advantage over the defender. Godwin is one of those that can really make the difficult catches, as he did on the fourth or whatever it was, the fourth down, third down play that clinched the game last week. Just making that catch. So he's one I think that certainly Mayfield can be confident that if he throws it, he's going to pull it in. And then you got all the younger players again. That Trey Palmer, the Devin Tompkins, who also returns the kickoffs, and then and we can't forget about Cade Otton, the tight end.
Yeah,
who I thought came on very strong the second half of last season. So Mayfield, I think, is one of those that can do a good job at spreading the ball around. And again, unlike Tom Brady, he's mobile. He can move. He can get outside of the pocket and use his legs to create plays. So I think that's going to be a big advantage there, too.
We've got to hit a break, Anthony.
All right, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Oh, Anthony? Are you still there? Before you go, share with us the items that you've donated to Reach Out, Speak Out and the home team, if you don't mind. Some very unique items.
Yeah, two of the items. One's a Stamkos and the other one's Nikita Kucherov. They're both limited editions from the one's the 2020, I believe the Stamkos is 2020 Stanley Cup Championship framed. It's got the bubble there with the ice from the finals that they scooped up from that, and so it makes it a unique item, limited edition, 813 each. And then the same thing with the Kucherov. That one is from the 2021, and it's got the picture affixed to the frame, and it's got a little plaque on the side with the details pertaining to the accomplishments on that particular Stanley Cup run. And then the globe with the unique water, the ice water from those two finals.
Right.
And then the other plaque is a plaque with the I believe it's the Amalie Arena picture on it with a mint silver coin, a commemorative from Hamilton House, I believe Hamilton mark, and it's also pretty much a unique item. And then the figurine, which is also like a Santa version with the original Tampa Bay Lightning logo on it. So those are the items there. So
well, those will all be available up for bid on the auction on October the 8th. Just another reason to come on out. And oh, by the way, Mike Evans autographed Buccaneer football.
Excellent.
That's going to be available for bid. Anthony, thank you for all you do for Reach Out, Speak Out, and thank you for such being support of the home team.
For sure. Take care, guys.
Okay,
Let's go
thank
Bucs.
you. We will hit a break and then we'll come back with more of the home team. If you want to join us, phone line open for you at 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000, or you can join us toll free from anywhere in the country at 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340. More of the home team coming up on the TAN Talk Radio Network, AM 1340, and Facebook Live.
This is the TAN Talk Radio Network.
Hi, Bobby Maggie here. You've heard me talk about your retirement tax bill and how devastating and expensive it can be, but it doesn't have to be that way. Attend one of our free seminars, learn how to lower your tax bill and maximize your Social Security benefits. Attend our newest seminar on enhanced planning, taxes, and Social Security. Visit MaggieTax.com. Click on seminars and register right there. Attending our seminars will cost you nothing. Not attending them could cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Register today at MaggieTax.com. That's MaggieTax.com.
Now is a great time to shop your homeowners and auto insurance. Alliance Mutual Insurance can lower your cost on insurance during these challenging economic times. Alliance Mutual, an independent agency, is in the Tampa Bay area, locally owned with over 20 years experience. They have access to dozens of independent carriers and can find the lowest price with the highest quality coverage. Citizens is not your only option. Call or text Bob Springer, a home team listener, at 727-481-1936, 727-481-1936.
Honest Mahoney's. That's what people have been calling LZ Mahoney for more than 35 years. Honest LZ Mahoney. The name really says it all. Mahoney's Auto Repair is a place you can trust. In fact, it was some of his loyal customers that came up with the name. Generations of people who've been taking their cars to 4040 54th Avenue North for 3.5 decades. Do you need some work done on your car? If his loyal customers call him Honest Mahoney's, that should tell you something right there. The next time you need work done on your car, take it to my friend LZ Mahoney's. He's been a part of the home team for nearly 20 years. Mahoney's Auto Repair. Or just remember Honest Mahoney's. 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. A place that people have called home for more than 35 years. Honest Mahoney's. 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg.
Irish 31 was inspired by former USF football star Jay Mize, who wore number 31. And is your home team place for all of your team's games. Watch parties for every USF road game, the NFL Sunday Ticket, NHL Center Ice, and MLB Extra Innings means you can check in on any of your favorite team's games while enjoying food and drink that's a winner every time. Irish 31, with 7 locations on Florida's West Coast, is the People's Pub, with a chef-driven menu, a place where you can feel at home among friends, make new friends, and enjoy the interaction with their friendly staff. Every Bucs game, Rays and Lightning, regular season, and playoff games are always on at Irish 31. The food and drink is second to none, and you can come for a drink, a meal, or to stay for the whole game. Find a location near you by visiting irish31.com. Is it time for new windows or a new door? There are tons of window companies out there, but I chose FAS Windows and Doors when it was time for new windows for me. How did I choose FAS over all the other window companies? I've known Ernie and John Wilding for nearly 20 years. They are father and son and started FAS Windows and Doors way back in 2005. In fact, FAS actually stands for father and son. They're Central Florida and West Central Florida's largest volume window and door dealer with showrooms and distribution facilities in both Tampa and Orlando. Their objective is providing the best quality windows and doors on the market at reasonable prices with a customer service level that is unsurpassed in the industry. I never promote a company unless I've either used them myself or done significant research on them. I've done both with FAS. Never an obligation when you call 866-737-7173 or visit them on the internet at faswd.com.
You'll be glad you did.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Welcome back to the home team on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340 and 1350, FM 106.1 and FM 104.3. We're glad you're with us.
Lots of places to hear us.
Lots of places to hear us, including Facebook Live. And we're glad to have so many of you joining us on Facebook Live. And lots of people, I wanted to mention a couple more people that have donated to the Reach Out, Speak Out silent auction. John in Clearwater is donating the Astro Skate birthday parties, which is a skating party for 9 people and includes skating and cake and all kinds of party favors and all of that.
Wonderful.
Thank you to Astro Skate and John in Clearwater. And also LZ Mahoney has given us a couple of nice gift baskets that are going to be up for auction as well. So neat to see our listeners and sponsors all taking part in the auction coming up on October the 8th. Jason, question on Facebook Live. Of all the games that you're going to watch this weekend, which one to you is the most intriguing?
The Bucks game.
Okay.
Yeah. There. I mean,
more so than Alabama, US.
Yeah. Because unfortunately, that's just probably going to be a blowout. I mean, unless something shocking happens, it's just not going to be a competitive game because it's just not a good matchup for USF. So I'm very intrigued with the Bucks, and the Bucks are my number one team of all the sports teams that I've followed. They starting when I first got into football and got into sports, the Bucks had been my top team, so they're always going to hold the most interest. But I think it is interesting to see, going from what happened to week one. Can the Bucks keep the momentum going? How do the Bears look? Can they bounce back after really a dismal performance at home against Green Bay? It's in the NFL, we've seen it. You cannot really be shocked from week to week if teams look completely different than they looked the previous week, because there is a lot of parity and there is talent on every single team.
The Rubber Cement Man has the Bears winning 28-27 and a 10-10 halftime score. So that's how the Rubber Cement Man sees
it. It is interesting to see the Bucks playing their former division rivals this year, the old NFC Central. That's kind of neat, because you remember the days when they played those teams twice. And of course, when we played them here, they would always bring in most of them brought in big crowds from, there's going to be a lot of Bears fans there tomorrow.
Let's go back to the phone lines. Marshall is with us next. Hello, Marshall. You're on the home team.
I've heard you on the new station. Really enjoy listening to you. Things are going good.
Well, they are going very well, Marshall. And you, of course, have been a long-time supporter of the home team. And you come in from time to time and fill in for John or Jason. And we certainly appreciate that.
He'll actually have to be closer to the location-wise to this studio than the other one.
Yeah, well, it is. And I'm looking forward to it and hopefully getting in there sometime soon. But really just enjoy listening to hearing the home team sounding loud and proud again on the airways where they should be. So real quick, I just wanted to talk real quick. That game Thursday night with the Rays and the Orioles was so intriguing I couldn't walk away. There was something on every pitch. That was like a World Series game. I really, really enjoyed it. Of course, I enjoyed the blowout last night, but Thursday night, that was gut check time Thursday night. That was great stuff.
No question about it. It really was. And, if they can, I don't want to get greedy, but if they can at least win one of the next two against the Orioles and take 3 out of 4 and come home getting ready for the Angels going tied in the American League, that would be huge, I think.
Well, and I think if they sweep, I think that definitely the Rays are in their head.
Yeah,
sure. Like when the Orioles beat them 3 out of 4 here, they had Batista, and Batista shut down like 3 of those games. And now they don't have him, and all of a sudden we go up there and sweep them in their ballpark with everything on the line. With a young team like that, that's got to mentally just mess them up.
Well, and you also think about the fact that the Rays, they have been there and done that recently. This is going to be their 5th straight playoff appearance. They were in the World Series in 2020. Granted, it was a COVID year, but still, it's a World Series appearance. They've been in the playoffs. They played in big games. So from an experience point of view, they've been there more than Baltimore has as of late.
Yeah.
But to be there with all the adversity they've had, just amazing.
Oh, it is
extremely impressive.
It really is amazing. Absolutely. And by the way, Mario points out Tyler Glasnow on the mound tonight for the Rays.
Yep.
So they've got a good chance of making it 3 in a row over the Orioles. What do you see for the Bucks tomorrow, Marshall?
I'm going to hope that they win, but the NFL is so unbelievably crazy with all the, it's so much parity. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's so much parity that, you saw teams lose last week, like the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Bills, all that you thought would never be 0-1, and yet here they are. And then the Bucks go up and win at a really tough place in Minnesota. So it's really difficult to see who is what. I think Chicago's probably a little better than the way they played last week, and I'm not sure the Bucks are going to be consistent enough to play as good as they did last week. So, but that's what makes the NFL the NFL. It's a week-to-week league.
And the Bears probably need to win to avoid going 0-3 to start the season. So, what do you see as the final score, Marshall?
I will take the Bears. As much as I don't want to say that, I'll take the Bears. I think the Bears will win 24-20.
Okay, and halftime?
Halftime will go 14-10.
Favor the Bears?
Favor the Bears.
All right.
I hope I'm wrong like crazy. But
so
anyway,
do I.
I think the most intriguing game Jason was saying that you guys were asking, I think is I'm curious to see as a Seminole guy. I think we win pretty easily today against Boston College. But I think the intriguing game is Tennessee, Florida, just to see where both of those programs are.
Tennessee did not look very impressive in its win over Austin Peay last week. And, of course, obviously Florida started the season on a down note, losing to Utah. This is an opportunity for Florida to make a big statement win against an arch rival and get back on track. So, that is going to be a very interesting game. I agree with that, Marshall.
And a chance for Tennessee to show they're for real, too.
Sure, no question about it.
Marshall, got to move along, but thank you so much and appreciate everything you do for the home team.
All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Talk next week.
All right.
Thanks,
Let's
Marshall.
get Kirk in here real quick before we hit a break. Hello, Kirk. You're on the home team.
Well, I'm glad I found you again.
I am, too.
We are, too.
So I woke up this morning, went out to walk the dogs about 5:30, and I heard this really loud noise. I guess a number of people were joking up in Baltimore.
Very well put. Very creative.
I have a friend who's going to the game today up there who's in the Air Force with me, and I'm going like, he got glass now. And I said, just remember 1967 with Gene Mott coaching those Phillies and how well they did in September.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that the Rays do win today, at least one of these two. So next week, when the Angels are here, there'll be a lot of scoreboard watching as well.
A thought just occurred to me, Jason. I hope, it'd be wonderful for them to win today and tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But then if they come home and lay an egg against the Angels,
right,
that it would almost
takes the momentum back away.
It sure does.
Hopefully that won't happen.
Hopefully it won't.
They'll take care of business. Yeah,
I've just seen it so many times. You get so fired up for a big series.
Yeah. That you worry about the letdown. I think for the most part, is certainly at the beginning of the season on that huge win streak. But I think for the most part, the Rays tend to have taken care of business against the lesser teams. Mm-hmm. Not always. I mean, every team goes through some surprise losses, but I think the Rays have been focused and have done a pretty good job against the teams that they're supposed to do good against.
Kirk, what do you see for the Bucks and the Bears tomorrow?
Does anybody have 27-24 Bucks?
I don't think so.
No, they don't. We have Rock Riley had 27-23, but you can have 27-24.
Yeah, I'll take that, and then I'll go with 10-3 at halftime. The Bucks.
All right, very good. Thank you for finding us, Kirk. We're here every Saturday from 9 to 11, and also, of course, on Facebook Live.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, appreciate it. We need to hit our final break, and then we will come back with more of the home team. If you want to get a quick call through, now is the time. 727-441-3000. One more segment left. 727-441-3000. More of the home team coming up on Facebook Live, also on the Tan Talk Radio Network and AM 1340 and the Tan Talk Radio Network.com.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi, Paul Porter here. Bobby Maggie of Maggie Tax has been a home team sponsor for years. I trust you know this, but inflation is much higher than it's being reported. Prices are skyrocketing and so are taxes. There's confusion everywhere. Bobby Maggie can help. Visit MaggieTax.com and click on seminars. I attended this seminar and you should too. It's a 3-in-1 seminar on Social Security, tax, and estate planning. Don't miss this seminar. No cost to attend. Register today at MaggieTax.com or call 833-MAGGIE-TAX. Now is a great time to shop your homeowners and auto insurance. Alliance Mutual Insurance can lower your cost on insurance during these challenging economic times. Alliance Mutual, an independent agency, is in the Tampa Bay area, locally owned with over 20 years experience. They have access to dozens of independent carriers and can find the lowest price with the highest quality coverage. Citizens is not your only option. Call or text Bob Springer, a home team listener, at 727-481-1936. 727-481-1936. Honest Mahoney's. That's what people have been calling LZ Mahoney for more than 35 years. Honest LZ Mahoney. The name really says it all. Mahoney's Auto Repair is a place you can trust. In fact, it was some of his loyal customers that came up with the name. Generations of people who've been taking their cars to 4040 54th Avenue North for 3.5 decades. Do you need some work done on your car? If his loyal customers call him Honest Mahoney's, that should tell you something right there. The next time you need work done on your car, take it to my friend LZ Mahoney's. He's been a part of the home team for nearly 20 years. Mahoney's Auto Repair. Or just remember Honest Mahoney's. 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. A place that people have called home for more than 35 years. Honest Mahoney's. 4040 54th Avenue North in St. Petersburg. Paul Porter here to tell you about First Fridays at Raw Space Collaborative at the Groves of Wesley Chapel, just 60 seconds from I-75. First Fridays are the first Friday of every month, starting at 4 p.m. Your chance to network while enjoying complimentary cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, live music, and more. It's a family-friendly event that's not only fun, but a great networking tool for your business. Find out more by emailing rawspaceco@gmail.com. That's rawspaceco@gmail.com. Or call 813-575-8046. Looking to buy or sell a home but don't know where to turn? Paul Porter here from Pollyanna Ward and the team at Innovation Realty Group. They're ready to work for you. New construction, buying, or selling an existing home? They can do it all. They serve our entire listening area. Uncompromising integrity combined with savvy negotiating is what you'll find at Innovation Realty Group. Visit their website, innovationgroupfl.com. That's innovationgroupfl.com. Or call 813-802-8415 to speak directly with Pollyanna. Is it time for new windows or a new door? There are tons of window companies out there, but I chose FAS Windows and Doors when it was time for new windows for me. How did I choose FAS over all the other window companies? I've known Ernie and John Wilding for nearly 20 years. They are father and son and started FAS Windows and Doors way back in 2005. In fact, FAS actually stands for father and son. They're Central Florida and West Central Florida's largest volume window and door dealer with showrooms and distribution facilities in both Tampa and Orlando. Their objective is providing the best quality windows and doors on the market at reasonable prices with a customer service level that is unsurpassed in the industry. I never promote a company unless I've either used them myself or done significant research on them. I've done both with FAS. Never an obligation when you call 866-737-7173 or visit them on the internet at faswd.com. You'll be glad you did.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
And we welcome you back to our final segment on the home team. Glad to have you with us on the Tan Talk Radio Network, AM 1340, FM 106.1, FM 104.3, AM 1350, and of course, Facebook Live. Glad to have you with us. Mike has entered the contest on Facebook Live. He has the Bucks winning 23-17 and leading at halftime 13-10. So that's how he sees it. Mario also pointing out as we say goodbye to week 1 of the NFL season that it was appropriate on September the 11th that Monday Night Football was in New York and the Jets hosting the Monday night game. So that was very appropriate.
And Sunday night as well. I think they did both the night games in New York for 9/11.
Giants were home as well.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to welcome a good friend of the home team, and that is Brett Rupenthal. And Brett, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Well, we appreciate you coming on board, and want to get your thoughts on where the interest rates are going. Are they going to continue going up? Are they going to come back down? I know that you watch this almost every hour, Brett. It's so important as far as what you do is concerned.
Yeah, I do, Paul. It feels like it used to be one of those things that you'd look at every few days, but when things are volatile like they have been, you're right. It's almost minute to minute that we're keeping an eye on the next indicator that's going to be announced and see where these rates might go. I think that we've gotten to a point here where hopefully we're at the top as far as where rates are. We may see rates remain the same at the next Fed meeting, and then there's some anticipation that there may be a small increase still in the future, but we hope that when we round out to get into the new year, that we'll start to see things come back down. So lots of different indicators to be watching.
Oh, Brett is with mortgageequitypartners.com, and you really are a full service facility, Brett. You can help people with their first time home, with refinancing, maybe a home equity loan. You do all of that for them.
Yeah, so we have the full spectrum of loan programs available, so that we can help people with good credit, bad credit, low to no down payment type programs. We're really excited about one of our programs. It's called the HEAL program, which is the Home Enhancement Acquisition Loan. And what it does, Paul, is we're finding that a lot of people are out there looking for the perfect home that fits in their budget, right? It's hard to find. And so with the HEAL program, we're able to expand our search, bring down our price point, and then create a situation where not only can a person purchase a property, but they can also, at the same time, pull in any renovations that need to be done. So it's one mortgage, one loan all together. So now you can find a home that you can make the way you would like it, that's not quite there yet. There's all kinds of things that can be pulled into this loan. It can be to replace HVAC. It can be flooring. It can be replacing a roof. So we lump it all together into one loan for people. And what it's done is it's expanded their search criteria, and it's really opened things up for a lot of buyers.
What is the best way to get a hold of you, Brett, if someone is intrigued by what you just talked about, or has some questions, or wants to get some direction as far as getting a loan? What's the best way to reach you?
Yeah, so they can either call or text to 844-4-LOAN-00.
844-4-LOAN-00. Outstanding. Yep. And of course, mortgageequitypartners.com. You can find the information there as well. Well, Brett, last week, one of our guests won the contest for the Bucks and the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to give you the opportunity as well. Who do you see winning tomorrow between the Bucks and the Bears?
I'm gonna ride the Bucks train here.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick the Bucks, and I think I'm gonna go 20-14.
Okay, and how about a halftime score?
13-10.
13-10 Bucks. All right.
Yes.
Got you down. Brett, give us that phone number one more time, if you would.
Sure, Paul. It's 844-4-LOAN-00.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate your support of the home team.
Thanks, Paul. Have a great weekend, guys.
All
Enjoy
right.
the game.
You do the same. Want to say hello to Debbie and Jody and Sue, all tuned in. I got the ladies watching now.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to have you with us, ladies. I hope my hair's not too messed up there. All right. But and also Patrick, who says that this is the best sports talk show in North America.
Oh, thank you. That's wonderful to hear.
We appreciate his kind words. Also, we want to thank Rock Riley for joining us on the program. And of course, you just heard him, Brett Rubenthal. And thanks to all of you who called in. Well, it's our turn now. And we're going to start with Matt. Matt, what do you see as the final score for the Bucks and the Chicago Bears tomorrow?
I'll take 30-21 Bucks. Tampa gets the win 30-21. 10-7 Tampa at halftime.
All right, 10-7 Buccaneers at the half. And Jason, how do you see it?
I'm going to go with the Bucks winning 21-16. And I'll say the Bucks will be up 14-6 at the halftime.
All right. I am going to disappoint a few people, I think. I think the Bears win it tomorrow 17-13. And the Bucks have a 13-10 lead at halftime. And the Bears get the only touchdown of the second half.
I hope you're wrong.
I hope I'm wrong, too. But again, thanks to all of you for joining us. And again, we want to remind you, we are here every Saturday from 9 to 11 on the TAN Talk Radio Network. And that, of course, is AM 1340 in the Clearwater, Pinellas County area, FM 106.1 throughout Tampa Bay. Also, in those of you in the Pasco, Dade City area, AM 1350 and FM 104.3. You can join us on all of those places. And don't forget, stay with Facebook Live throughout the week because we're constantly updating things there. And check out that picture of me with the Orlando Magic legends that was taken yesterday. That's on the Facebook
Paul Porter, the
page
midget.
as well. Yeah,
the midget.
You're right there.
Yeah.
Paul Porter, the midget. We will talk to you again next Saturday on the home team on Facebook Live, also on AM 1340 and the TAN Talk Radio Network.com.
You